And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we're still here.
Still here. We haven't left since the last live stream.
Since the last live stream, like 2 weeks ago, we've been sitting in these chairs waiting for you guys. You finally showed up. Anyways, what's up, everybody? Happy Friday evening. We haven't done a live stream on a Friday in quite some time. I know Tom and Nikki brought it up, Team Randall, but then we brought conversation between ourselves. When was the last time we did a live stream on a Friday? Was it pre-HHN?
I think it was before HHN last year.
Our little countdown to HHN in August kind of series that we did where we had a live stream every Friday except for the Thursday right before the Friday night of opening weekend. Yeah, it's exciting stuff. So how's everybody doing? Hope you guys are having a great week so far and a great evening to your Friday. We're excited to be here. We've been very busy. I kid you not. When I say we've been very busy, it's just been nonstop. Even today, like the moment we woke up, started working, and finally we're here. It had just not had, oh my gosh, see, we're both like brain fogged. It's bad. But we've been nonstop. And we just recently, if you guys follow us on Instagram, you guys know we just recently got back from seeing the Scream 6 movie. We won't have any spoilers from the Scream movie. We're only going to talk about it just briefly, just let you guys know a little bit what we think about it. But no spoilers here. And so we do ask if you guys can also, if any of you guys have seen the movie, try to keep it spoiler free for anybody in the chat who hasn't. But got a couple things we'll talk about besides the Scream movie, which, like, I kid you not, maybe 3 minutes of our time will be spent on that. And then we're going to talk about, the speculation map, what things have been stirring around in the HHN community, and a big rumor that we've heard, which has gotten us a little bit in a buzz of, ooh, I hope this happens. And so, but anyways, on that, hope you guys are having a good time. Scream 6 is out in theaters, guys. I'll be honest, I went into this movie theater with very low expectations, but with an open mind. And to be honest, I walked out of there pleasantly okay. So I felt good. Okay. If I can walk out of a movie theater and not be like disappointed, it's usually good.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty good.
I enjoyed it. It's a typical Scream movie.
It's just like the last one. In the way that, like, it was good. It wasn't anything like new, but it was good.
Yeah, we enjoyed it. If you guys get a chance to go see Scream in theaters, we recommend it. It's a decent watch, to be honest. And it's good how they connect the movies and stuff. I think it's well done, but
it's always so much fun just like trying to figure out who it is.
Yeah, when we were watching it, me and stuff kind of linked together and talked, and it's like it feels like a big game of Clue, like who did it, who's the killer and all. So really cool stuff. Scream was fun. Recommend the watch. And I noticed Oliver put down in here Megan. We did see Megan in theaters way back when it first came out, but we still haven't seen the R or the unrated version. We still haven't seen that yet. We will see it at some point. Whenever, it's just we don't care to watch the movie again.
We just want to see like those specific scenes.
Yeah, whatever they added back into it. That's the only thing we care to see. So if anybody knows the actual time slots to see those, let us know in the chat below, because then we'll go check it out just to see, I guess,
the
her
different scenes,
kill more people, I guess.
Oh, he said he meant for HHN. Yeah, we definitely think Megan's going to be at HHN.
Yeah, like I said, we'll get into the speculation map a little bit and all that stuff. We're also going to be talking about that one big rumor, which we've heard flying around, which is 11 houses showing up at this year's event, potentially.
That'd be cool.
We'll dive in all of that. But for all of you guys who are just joining us, if you guys haven't been keeping up with HHN things and haven't been keeping up with us, I want to pull up here real quick for you guys to check out once I can get this whole thing to work. So here is the actual speculation map that was released by HN Nightmares. What, like 2 weeks ago or something like that, right? It was like it feels like it was like 3 days ago, but
I feel like it was forever ago.
It's been some time. I mean, time has been moving by. We're already in March. And usually, typically speaking of March is the time period in the past previous years of HHN where this is where things start ramping up. This is where we start getting some information. We usually get, speculation maps from HN Nightmares around this time. In previous years, obviously, we got this first version early in February, or I should say earlier in February. And then we've also been having a lot of rumors speculating around, circulating, I should say, and possibly an official announcement from HHN themselves. We believe, at least I do, we believe that we're going to be seeing an actual official announcement from HHN this month. Now, we don't really have any like direct sources that are pointing like, yes, it's going to happen this month. But from what we've been seeing and what's been circulating, and especially for how long ago we've had an announcement since Chucky was released last year on Halloween, it seems appropriate that we get something here in March and kind of, take a little bit of a gap again and start ramping up more as the season goes on, especially since we're coming towards the back end of Mardi Gras with Universal, or I guess we're kind of like halfway.
And like in the middle of HHN, they were announcing like the dates for Mardi Gras already last year. So it seems like they're like, I don't know, with the other events like way ahead of it. But then last year and this year, they're like, they haven't even announced dates yet. And same with last year, they waited for a long time to announce dates. Whereas the year before that, like literally right after 29, they announced dates for 30, even though 30 didn't happen. But they announced it in like November or something like that. So they've just been getting later and later at HHN.
They have been, except for this year because of Chucky being on Halloween Day, which is one of the earliest that we've had. In my opinion, looking at how Universal wants to do this with everything they have going on within the company, as it is, I would feel like it's in their best interest to get at least the dates and the tickets and things like that earlier than they have in the previous 2 years. So I really think like a March or April kind of release date on that information can be coming around. At least, like I said, there's no really like sources that we're basing this off of. It's just something that we've been, talking about and something that we would see be more plausible for them to do. So don't quote us on anything, but I feel like seeing something here in the month of March, at least, late March or something that we could see where HHN does an official announcement, whether it's like a house or something that's actually coming to the event. But I really could see them focusing on dates, tickets, start getting people booked up for the event in advance and getting that whole season ready, rocking and roll. And maybe, in my opinion, knowing how Universal has done things in the past, they'll usually wait for Disney to kind of make an announcement or something big. And we all know that Tron is going to be opening publicly to everyone on April 4th, I believe is the date. So we could even be looking at something around that time frame for Universal to wait for something in the back pocket to kind of just throw after that to get everybody's attention reshifted back towards them. So something late March, maybe even that first week of April when Tron opens up, we might be seeing something pop up on the horizon.
We'll see. I hope so.
Yeah, because it'd be really, I'll tell you what, it's exciting to get like houses, scare zones, shows, foods, like those things. We do love getting those announcements, but I don't think nothing excites me more than just getting the official dates and tickets released for the event. Because now you know, here's the dates. This is what the event is. We know it's happening. It's official. There's the dates, and then the tickets go on sale. And once you purchase those tickets, you can say, we're going to HHN. We got it. Yeah. No matter what's going to be at the event, we got it. We're ready to go. So that's what we look forward to the most.
I think Javier makes a good point. They're probably waiting to announce houses until they're absolutely sure with their APs, because like things change last minute. And this is why I think they'll probably, just like last year, announce I was going to say Legends Club, but the like Universal Monsters house, because they can do like it's technically an IP, but they can do like whatever they want with that. So they don't have to wait on like those contracts and things like that. Like if they want to do that, they're like, we're going to do that. So they can easily have that be an announcement early, and it's still like an IP to get like excitement and all of that. Whereas if like the first announcement was like an original house, it might not like generate as much excitement because everybody's like, oh, we don't know what that is.
Yeah. I would like to put up a poll here in the chat. I want to see what everybody thinks with the first official announcement, whether we think we're going to be getting it in March, in April, or May or later. Which if we get something May or later as the next announcement, I'm going to be a little upset, to be honest. But we're going to put it in the chat. You guys are going to see a poll coming up. I want to see what you guys think when that next announcement's going to be. I keep trying to say the first announcement, but we've already had technically that first announcement come out.
True. For this year.
For this year. So let's go ahead and see what you guys think. Are we going to be getting an official announcement from HHN themselves March, this month, next month in April, or sometime in May or later? And if anybody says May or later, I'm going to be disappointed in your faith, but I do understand where your knowledge is coming from with HHN's consistency and holding things a little bit. So we got that poll up.
As of right now, April.
What is the percentage on that right now?
50% April.
Okay. So at least half of everybody thinks so far April is what we're going to be seeing. I truly think it's going to be either the last week of March or the first week of April. That's what I think. I was, for some reason, yesterday, Thursday, I don't know why I had my head on a swivel with HHN saying just in case. I know recently they did post something where it was just a box that said announcement, and it was just like nothing in a sense. And usually when they do that, it means, they know people are asking for announcements and stuff like that. So they like to play around with their audience and stuff, which I think is great. I love their marketing tactic with that, and it keeps everybody engaged and stuff, and it makes it fun and enjoyable until we get those announcements and stuff. So I can definitely see HHN saying, all right, like we have something lined up coming up soon. And like Steph said, I think it's going to be something around the Classic Monsters being possibly one of the first things to get announced. If not, maybe Blumhouse. I could see Blumhouse, Classic Monsters, one of them being on the lineups for this year. So, but with that being said, what we got percentage-wise, mainly April.
Yeah, April.
Yep. So a lot of people think April is going to be that next time we get that next announcement, which is, it's cool with me. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Just have to wait and see, I guess. I mean, considering like if we're going to include March, you got March, April, May, June, July, August. I mean, literally right now we got 6 months until like HHN. Mm-hmm. So if they have minimum of 10 houses, 5 scare zones, 2 shows, the foods, the tickets, the dates, hotel packages, things like that. You got 6 months to do it, which is plenty of time. But, they could, if they wanted to be nice and generous to us HHN fans, they could put, 1 in March, 1 in April, 2 in May, 2 in June, 3 in July, and then right in the beginning of August, maybe throw a special one in there. I don't know, just something to think of.
Yeah, they don't typically do announcements on the weekends. And I honestly think it's just because the creative team works during the week. So that's kind of my theory.
They're off on the weekend.
It's like they're off on the weekend, so there's not like, maybe like the interns are there working or something. But I feel like the big guys that are making, like, calling all the shots are not, there to say, go ahead and post it.
Yeah, that's, I remember during last year's, like, speculation and announcement season, that's what Steph was saying the whole time was, anytime we had somebody say, do you think we're going to get something on the weekend? Steph's like, there's no way. They're probably off. Why would they want to work on their days off and stuff?
I mean, you can schedule posts, but I don't know if they do them.
No. And then I just saw Zone 7, X17 just said, amazing, only 6 months until HHN. Which, when you think about it, I mean, time really has been flying by. I talked to Steph, I think yesterday about this, where I was like, can you believe we're already getting into the middle of March? Like, January, February, it's done. They're done for. We're in the middle of March. And usually, like I said, March is where things start picking up. And then once you get into April, we know things are starting to get official. Mardi Gras is completely closing down. Now, the next thing that's on the horizon is HHN. That's what we all know. Everybody's got their eyes focused on HHN. And then May we'll get stuff, June we get stuff, July we get stuff. And then in August is probably one of my favorite months besides the heat here in Florida, because August we do our little countdown series and stuff like that. But that's when we have actual props go up in the streets. We start seeing, the facades and things like that start appearing and everything, which that's always the best feeling in the world, knowing that HHN is just around the corner. Yeah. But until then, 6 months, we're halfway through for HHN to start, which is, it's flown by, guys. It has been flying by. But moving on, I can see Colby Birchfield's already moving on with it, but 11 houses right now is what's kind of stirring around in the community, being rumored to appear at this year's event, which I could see being possible. But at the same time, I wouldn't be disappointed if 11 houses did not come to the event. I just feel like right now, with everything that we hear stirring in the community, there's a lot of IPs right now that's kind of on the shelf that HHN can pick and choose from, or at least what we've heard, the conversation's been going on. And if that's the case, I could see this being a heavily, IP year. And so I could see HHN wanting to try to say, hey, is it possible for us to expand? Can we actually expand, add one more house or something like that? Because not only does adding one more house give them the ability to raise ticket prices and justify it, it also disperses the crowd capacity throughout the park and helps us, guest-wise, have less wait times depending on how much they increase the capacity. It gives us more to be able to attend to. It's just, adding is always a benefit, right? So I could really see HHN look into this. And my theory has been the past 5 years, if you look at HHN 25 to HHN 29, technically speaking, it's been a pattern that's kind of been so far accurate with 30, 31, and now getting into 32, and what I believe will be HHN 30 to HHN 34, where this year being HHN 32 coincides with HHN 27. And if I'm not mistaken, HHN 27 was a year that we had an extra house added to the event, where we didn't have like an icon. It was just an overall kind of theme and stuff. And I feel like if they wanted to kind of, be as closely related to this thing that I have in my mind, we could be seeing that same result where we get a new house added into it. But the question is, where do we get that 11th house?
I don't know.
And that's it. We don't know.
27 had 9 houses, and 26 also had 9 houses.
Oh, well then I'm off then. So
28 had 10 houses.
28 added to 10 houses. Oh. Well, folks, that's it for me then. I'm completely done for the job. I'm out for the count. My theory has been completely burned. I've been wrong. I had 1 year off.
That's all right.
It's unfortunate. I think we have to disband our channel now. My entire 3 years of work is in the drain now for what I just try to...
You have to read this super chat first.
All right, Brandon does theme parks. Pop it in the chat saying, I've heard about this little show with a character named 11. Maybe a hint.
Maybe the clue wasn't 11 houses. It was 11.
Potentially. Now,
we're still holding on to hope.
There's a couple things that's been going around about, can Stranger Things still be a possibility at the event? And I have seen people talk about, is 11 referring to 11 as in the character from Stranger Things, 11 as in 11 houses, or 11 in something else that we have not really thought of yet. There's a couple things stirring around, but I wouldn't say, don't lose hope. If you're a Stranger Things fan and you're hoping for a house at this year's event, don't lose hope, because it is a possibility, but I would say it's like 0.1%. It's on my lower scale. But if they were to do a Stranger Things for this year, I think this would be perfect. You get Stranger Things 4. They could showcase that as a full house itself. Focus on that one season because there was a lot to showcase. And then, of course, next year we get Stranger Things 5, I believe. Or is it 2025?
I thought it was 24.
Right. So Stranger Things 5 comes out, that new season comes out in 2024. If they want to showcase that at next year's event, they could, and wrap up the whole Stranger Things appearance at Universal, or even save it for the next year and stuff, because Stranger Things does bring a good crowd attendance for Universal. Yeah. So, I just want to say real quick, Brandon does theme parks. We appreciate the $5 donation. Thank you, my man.
But we also have heard, Justin said the VillainCon area was supposed to have room for an HHN house, and we've been hearing that lately, that area is going to be used again. Now here's the question: do we call it the Shrek location, or do you call it?
I think it would be a what's the right word? A crime. I think it'd be a crime not to call it the Shrek building. I mean, I think I'm still going to call it the Shrek building regardless. Yeah. But if we go back to the speculation map done by HN Nightmares, which this map is beautiful. I love the way they do this. Here's the Shrek building. And this is where now the new Minions VillainCon area is going to be. And we used to have the house entrance here in the street of Hollywood. And that's where we used to have a house for HHN. Now, if this is supposed to actually be a house, if they could somehow constructed this new attraction, I don't know how, but if they constructed this new attraction and kept in the mind of, hey, let's keep some space for a small like HHN house to be present, then this would actually reopen back up for HHN as the 11th house. Because I can't see them really adding anything back here unless, from what I've heard as well, they were supposed to demolish the Fear Factor building and they were supposed to do an expansion back there. From what we've heard is either construction's been delayed or has been canceled, and that's why we're going to have the supposedly the speculated Nightmare Fuel show return. It's going to be presented there in the Fear Factor stage, and that means this area stays vacant. Now, if they really wanted to add a house there, they could use and purpose the Men in Black tent that they used to have, which the last house that we had featured in that area was Scary, Ohio. So by doing that, that could be your 11th house as well. Or you just have the Shrek building and the Men in Black tent come back, and now you have 12 houses featured at the event.
I feel like the Men in Black tent makes so much sense. Like, there's a queue there already basically set up for it. Mm-hmm. That they don't use. Like, Men in Black never uses that. Mm-hmm.
It works very well.
It works really well.
Now, I get why they were trying to clear space back here where Bugs and Descendants was, but I could still see them saying, hey, you know what, if they need to extend some queue line area over there, it still works out. They still have plenty of space. They can have one big exit location and one big entrance location for both Bugs and for, Descendants, where those locations were. It would be a tight area, and I do understand that, but if they also have the Men in Black tent being used, now you have 3 houses versus just 2 houses that could take up a crowd. And then if you bring the Shrek building back, I mean, now you got 12 houses featured at the event, which, in my opinion, although having 12 houses would be very awesome, I would prefer them not to rush into trying to expand the event too much, because I would like it in the next 5 to 10 years. They are consistently adding more and more, so HHN just feels bigger and bigger. But so that's basically the layout of the map. It's the reason why we wanted to bring the map up, just because of those things. But also, a couple things too. We've heard that Invasion has popped up in talks of being speculated for a house, which I would love to see. Down for Invasion, but we also heard we lost Devil Dogs in the process, which is a very sad moment for Stephanie. Because I know you were bummed to hear about that.
I was really excited.
Because Devil Dogs have been really cool. But a couple things have been changing around. We've heard there are some things on here that are not even, they're nothing. They're just symbols.
And honestly, if they like didn't do Devil Dogs, but did a different Slaughter Cinema, like house in like next year or something, I'd be fine with that. Like I like Devil Dogs, but it's probably, if I had to like rank all the sections of Slaughter Cinema, it was probably towards the bottom.
Yeah.
With the very last one being Yeti, which is why I was so upset that they chose that for the one here. But I would love like Shitty's Kids or the Sorority Sacrifice.
Sorority Sacrifice. And then would it be a live stream without this guy popping in? Jim Daniels, the $50 donation. Maybe a monster from one of the houses can eat up Chuck. That would, I mean, could you imagine just the house? That's what it is. Just up Chuck losing any possible way to just some created monster. That'd be awesome.
It's a Chucky house, but it's just Chucky losing.
Yeah, they should just call it Chucky Loses. That's what it is. Yeah, we're not big Chucky fans, and they're going to have a house of Chucky, which is fantastic.
Yeah, Cult of the Beast Baby was good too, and Amazon Cannibals from Planet Hell. Slaughter
Cinema was just solid.
It was
period.
Really good.
So, but Jim Daniels, we appreciate you joining us here on a Friday night. Thank you so much for the $50 donation. My man. But anyways, yeah, I know. I just saw, however, here the hatred towards Chucky is real here. Yeah, we just don't like Chucky, guys. We've been told by countless amount of people that we need to see the series, the TV show, and I promise you we will. We'll give it a shot. It's just we're just not Chucky fans. So, but for the purpose of HHN and because this is our jobs and whatever, we'll watch a bit of Chucky. But in the first episode, if 20 minutes pass by and me and Steph can't handle it, then so be it. It'd just be one of those houses like we're like, all right, cool, we'll do it once opening night and we'll leave it.
Jim said he's on a paranormal investigation, so he can't stay long.
Interesting.
Have fun.
I want to know the details. Anytime Jim's like on one of these paranormal investigations, I kid you not, Jim, Steph and I talk about you a lot more than you realize, so I hope that freaks you out just a little bit. But we sometimes wonder like, oh, what is he investigating now?
Brian has like a very cautious curiosity towards the like paranormal investigation.
I am beyond curious about paranormal things, but I also hate them beyond anything else. It's a love-hate relationship.
It's the things that scare you the most that you're like most interested in.
Yeah.
And
that probably freaks me out more than anything.
Get confused why I like scary movies. That's why.
No, you're just weird. Stephanie has an obsession with scary stuff, and we were talking about that too today. I know we're getting off topic, guys. Today's live stream, it's not going to be anything crazy. It's just to talk about some HHN stuff. And I do want to say we do have HHN content coming your way soon. We're working on some things. We have, like I said, huge projects we're in the middle of making. We've just been so busy. We'll have a video coming out soon for you guys to check out. But we were just saying, hey, like, let's, we want to get this live stream going and chat with you guys, have some HHN talk and all. And as we were like setting it up and stuff, we were talking about, Steph was giving me this history lesson about all these crazy horror things. I'm like, how did my life get caught with you?
Well, because this isn't a spoiler, but because we know that people get stabbed in Scream movies. But I was reading like a review and someone was like, we were talking about how like horror movies, slasher movies tend to be like not very believable. Like they make choices that are kind of dumb and like get away with it, and it's just not super believable. And one of the reviews was complaining about somebody getting stabbed a bunch of times and surviving. And I was telling him like all these different instances of like real cases where people have been stabbed like
all right.
lots of times or shot and like survived it.
Yeah, I know.
He was like, okay, I don't care.
I know we're a horror channel, more Halloween Horror Nights than horror, but some of the details Steph was telling me, I was like, how do you live with yourself knowing these things? It's so crazy.
I don't know.
I kid you not, like, maybe we'll just do an episode one day where we just let Stephanie give us all the information of the craziest things she knows. Which is pretty interesting.
True crime?
Just everything you know. It's remarkable. Jim Daniels did say he's admitting that this place he's going to is kind of freaky. It's an abandoned insane asylum. So he's in, what is it called? Oh my gosh, this is how we're gonna get fired from HHN. Universal's gonna be so pissed with us.
Are you talking about Shady Brook?
Shady Brook. That's what it's called, right? Shady Brook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you in Shady Brook? That'd be interesting.
Say hi to
Anyways,
Jack and Chance.
yeah. Wish you the best, man. Stay safe.
Yeah.
That stuff's crazy. Shout out to you for doing it. And before you do that, we're gonna go to a quick break, real quick. So we got a little something for you guys to watch. I whipped this up. Hey, come here. Come here. Go the back way. You want to say hi to everybody real quick, too? You want to say hi to everyone? Come up here. You're such a dork. Hondo says hi, by the way, everybody. You've been a good boy. He's been helping us out a lot lately on set, getting some things set up for some of our films. All right, go lay down. Good boy. We're almost done.
Lay down.
Not yet. We got a while. But anyways, this morning, I wanted to create something real quick. So for I think it was 2 hours, 2.5 hours, I whipped something up for you guys to check out. Here's a little something to have fun with. So hope you guys enjoy. So as you guys can see, Halloween Horror Nights, 175 days away. Super exciting. I know when we were getting ready for the live stream and stuff earlier this morning before we head out and do things, we were looking and I was like, man, we are just 175 days away from opening night, which is that's so crazy. How is time flying by so fast, guys? I don't get it. Boom, blue, red, green, blue, off.
I kind of like the blue.
You like the blue? You guys like the blue, by the way? Oh,
right,
did it die? Did I just kill it? Oh, there we go. Blue.
It's kind of bright.
It'd be really cool. It's I have so many of these. We have so many lights. I hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I have 7 on right now. But we have 9 lights. 10 technically. We got a good amount of lights, and I just wish I had one controller, little remote that could control them all. Because we have so many of these little remotes everywhere for lighting. But yeah, pretty cool. So, anyways, 175 nights, days, whatever, until HHN kicks off, and it's going to be coming up pretty quick. And something I like to say, usually, you guys, if you guys follow along, you'll notice me talking about this a lot, especially when we get into July and August, where I'm like, guys, enjoy this moment, soak it up. And I truly mean it. I get really emotional. I understand some people are like, man, Brian's such an emotional guy. Hey, I love HHN, and I know how important this event is to people. It's important to me. It's important to Stephanie. Hondo hates it, and I understand. But this event, as quickly it's coming up, and we want it to be here as quick as possible. That time flies by, and then the event's over just like that. And March is usually truly the kickoff of the season for me, at least, how I view it. I think Steph can vouch for it too, where we see March being the time where things pick up. We start getting nitty gritty. We getting ready for work and stuff. We have all these videos we're working on, and we're hard at work right now. We have a lot of things we're working on, and we're very excited to show you guys. hopefully it works. Hopefully it works out, because I can tell, day and night I'm stressing about this, and I just want you guys to be able to enjoy what we're creating for y'all. But coming up pretty soon, we have some interesting things. But just basically, all in all, I'm just saying, just enjoy the moment, enjoy these little talks, the little rumors that you hear, and the speculations. What did you give me that look for? Am I getting too much already? 175 days, guys. Get prepared. It's coming up soon. So, anyways.
Tom and Nikki said, in answer to the question on your board, what is it we need to translate? Prime is waiting for somebody to...
I haven't heard anybody talk about the translation piece yet. I've kept it up for some time.
Just hold on to that.
I don't know. We might have to contact a friend of ours that we've been in conversation with about it. Maybe they can help. Do you remember the thing that we talked about earlier?
I'm not good at that.
This is embarrassing. We're in front of... Let's go to commercial real quick. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for holding by as we did a brief little commercial break presented to you by Meats, which is located in Cary, Ohio. Come get your food. So, anyways, other than that, that is pretty much really some of the things that we just wanted to talk about. We have a couple of things.
The one that you showed me today. Some people have been mentioning it in the chat.
About what?
The one that you showed me on the tweet today.
Oh, yeah. Do you guys want to talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I guess one more thing. I can't hear Zombie Raiders without thinking of Brian. Yeah, Zombie Raiders is my jam, by the way, Javier. Love it.
Yes.
But I guess one more thing we could talk about that I did forget. That's on me. One of the houses, one of the clues that was kind of broken up recently that I've seen some of you guys kind of getting into. IT. The IT, the institution. Yeah. The movie It, the character Pennywise potentially being rumored for HHN.
That's very interesting because I feel like as a community, we've all given up on it ever being a house.
We've given up on it.
We've given up on it. But yeah, it's rumored. Do you remember where the rumor came from? Like, did they say, was it one of the clues?
It was one of the clues.
Interesting.
Which really makes me interested. When I first saw the clue go out, I was like, are we really doing this? Like,
I don't trust it.
It's just something like that we've, for so long wanted, and we came to the conclusion, like, it's not happening. There's no way it happens. And now it's kind of like, Apple? I'm like, what? It's good.
I'm not going to get my hopes up for it.
Yeah, but it's, it's by Legacy. Legacy's been, the go-to guy with the clues,
Could you picture the facade being like the Nebolt house? You're like walking up to it. Ooh, so creepy.
You want it, don't you?
Yeah, it'd be cool.
That would be nice. I'd be interested if, I haven't seen any of the It movies. And of course, if HHN were to announce it to be coming to the event, I obviously have no choice but to watch them. But I know so many people would love to see Pennywise at the event. It'd be such a big draw for crowds.
The one thing that I think could be really hard with it is that, like, because Pennywise is not just like, he's not a clown. Like, that's not his, like, that's just a form that he takes. Mm-hmm. But he has all these different forms that a lot of times are really, like, big and intricate. And it's like, how would you make that? Like, They did make the Puff guy from Ghostbusters. Yeah, but have you seen the remake? No.
Do you think I've seen the original one either?
We need to watch that.
We'll watch it if HHN does it.
We need to watch that. But if anybody who's seen it, you know what I'm talking about. The part with the lumberjack, he's huge. And then also the part where he's coming through the projector, like, he's like the size of this room. So I just do that. I don't know.
They did Clownzilla.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
They could get around doing some of those. They really could. And from what Stephanie's telling me, like I said, I don't really know much about it.
Paul Bunyan, yeah. Thank you.
But really what they could do is basically have, instead of it being like a Michael Myers type of house where it's the same face here and there, what I really liked about last year's Halloween house was that they had the different versions of Michael featured throughout the house, so it changed it up, and I feel like that's something that Pennywise would be able to bring with the franchise to HHN, is having that change in scares with being the same.
I think it would be a very expensive house for them.
Yeah, but think about the crowds can bring, and that's why if they were to do something like it at the event, we know that bring a large crowd, right? So you have Chucky. Chucky's got a decent following, right? Let's say let's play along with it. Let's say it comes to HHN. That's a large, massive crowd that wants to show up at HHN. So now you got 2 big IPs. Then you get The Last of Us. Last of Us would have a large following coming in. That's 3 large IPs. Just on that scale alone, I feel like the rumor of an 11th house being possible is not so far-fetched. Because if they were to do something like it, I would definitely see them needing to expand an extra house to get involved, or even the reason for them expanding an extra house is if somehow by the miracles of HHN and the horror gods and things, if they were to come across, multiple contracts with different IPs and different companies and stuff like that, where they're like, hey, we have 6, 7 strong IPs that we're possible to get contracts this year that we may not be able to get next year. We're going to have to hop on them now. Maybe we have, 3 or 4, originals that we do. We just need to get an extra house to put this IP in there. Yeah. I could see that.
I would absolutely love an It house. I could just picture the bathroom scene with Beverly with all the blood and the hair coming out to grab her. Oh, that'd be so cool.
Also, Jim Daniels just said, got to go. All hell breaking loose here.
Yeah, I responded.
Oh, you did? Oh, good luck. Yeah. Jim, best of luck, my man. Stay safe. Everybody wish Jim a safe and peaceful investigation. Hey, Jim, if you ever got time, we'd like to chat. By the way, I want to see what's going on in Shady Brook. We don't know how to reach you directly, but, Anyways. So, other than that, I really could see them doing 11 houses at the event. I think it'd be really neat, especially to expand with the crowds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, but...
Me too. The more houses they can get in there, as long as they can staff them, the more spread out the lines can be. Mm-hmm. And then that just is better for everybody.
Yeah. Also, Santa Ban, what happened to Islands of Fear?
We've also given up on that. I have.
Okay, I have not. Islands of Fear is still, it's like this little baby just chilling right here that I'm waiting to bring back up. What
are you doing with the baby down there?
No, it's just hanging out. It's just chilling, it's right here. But no, Islands of Fear I don't think is too much in the dark to actually come true. I don't think it'll be this year, but I think when Epic Universe comes around, I think we can start talking about Islands of Fear conversation. Yeah, maybe when
Epic Universe is here.
So, but don't lose faith, guys. Don't lose faith. Trust me, Universal and HHN, they listen to their fans.
They do.
If we just all start talking about Islands of Fear, they're gonna say something. Whether it's no, guys, or they'll start playing around with us or something. If we start talking about it, they'll play along with it. Just as much as we play along with their games, they can play along with ours. So that's all I want to say.
But I agree with opening the Simpsons ride to help with crowd control, like Javier said. But Fred made a good point that entire area is just a dead zone during the event. We would love to see a permanent scare zone there.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be anything elaborate like sets or anything like that.
No.
How they used to have the chainsaw horde that stayed there.
Yeah, they need to have at least one chainsaw horde permanent there. Even if they're doing a roaming one, they need to have one that's consistently there in Springfield.
It's just you get out of Central Park and you don't have literally anything until you get to San Francisco, scare zone wise.
Yeah.
Obviously you have houses and rides and stuff in there, but it's just scare zone wise, you have nothing in that whole back part of the park. It's all in the front.
Yeah, all the way up to San Francisco. Only thing you come across is, technically, if we're talking after San Francisco, you only have, those 2 houses, and then you got the, the show and stuff like that, and then you get into Kid Zone, but then Kid Zone it's gone.
Yeah.
So they really need to make sure they have something filled in for that, definitely. But
Agreed.
Other than that, that's pretty much the topics that we wanted to discuss. Like I said, it was just a very short, brief live stream. We used to do live streams for only an hour, if you guys remember in the past. And recently, we've had so much to discuss in our past live streams that they've taken up to almost 2 hours in time. But in this one, it's just gonna be like a shorter one. And then right now, pretty much in this last 10 minutes or so, we're trying to carry on to get to an hour. We'll just conversate with you guys on things like that. But like we said at the beginning, we went and saw, if you guys are just joining us now, we did see the new Scream 6 film out in theaters. It was a decent watch. We enjoyed it. We recommend it. No spoilers if you guys have already seen it. But it's a good watch. Definitely recommend to go see it on the big screen. And then we followed up with talking about the speculation map a little bit, talked about the layout of the park, talked about 11 houses potentially coming to the event, what houses have changed, moved, this and that. We briefly discussed that, nothing too much in detail. And then we talked about a little bit of our, things that we're working on in our schedule without trying to get into too much information. Somebody mentioned the translate thing. We don't know what you're talking about.
Javier has a question for me.
What's up?
Is there any nautical house that you have enjoyed in the past? No. No, I really like Dead Man's Pier. I did really like it the first time we went through it, but after like the 3rd time we went through it, I found myself, like when we were at the event, if we were choosing like one last house to go through, or like if we were only going through one house that night, like which one to go through, it was never Dead Man's. It was always like Legends Collide, or what else? I can't think of any of them.
Legends Collide was our baby.
That was like the main one that we would go through.
Yeah, we really
like the weekend. We went through the weekend a few times. But yeah, I just like, even when there's a kind of like anthology sort of thing, like the underwater, or like the water like section of it. So in Scary Tales, the like mermaid section. And then I know a lot of people are gonna be mad at me for saying this, but in Classic Monsters, the creature section, like those 2 sections of those houses were my least favorite sections of those 2 houses.
Yeah.
I just don't like, I think it's just not scary for me. Like, yeah. I just don't get scared in like that setting. So I don't know. It just like I've never been really into like shark movies or anything like that. Like those things just don't scare me. I don't know why. So I just don't like them.
Yeah, and Javier also mentioned Dead Waters, which was in 2017.
I didn't go through that.
Steph never got to go through. Her first year was in 28. And then Depths of Fear, which was Even I didn't really care for Depths of Fear. I remember hearing the concept and the idea before, the event opened up and getting the inside look of it and stuff. And I was excited for it. And when we went through the house, it kind of didn't hit it for me.
They had a lot of staffing issues because of the costumes.
Yeah.
But
I also wanted to bring this up. Oliver said, I think Last of Us would be an awesome scare zone. I want to briefly just bring this up too, because honestly, like we haven't really had an IP scare zone since 29. Yeah, 29 Zombieland, Rob Zombie, like those were like IP scare zones. And I think we do need to get an IP scare zone. And honestly, Last of Us would be an incredible scare zone. It's easy to do zombies, clickers, and a style and stuff. It's really easy to do that. But I would love for them to do the scare zone in the same section where they also do The Last of Us as a house. I would love it if, as you go into the Last of Us house queue line, you're actually in the scare zone. So walking in and then walking out, you walk back out in the scare zone. So that whole area is kind of immersive.
Was it last year that early in speculation season we had speculated on the map?
30. HHN 30 was the Creep Show one, right?
Creep Show. It was going to be Creep Show house, and then right outside of that, the Creep Show scare zone. And then obviously, like, neither of those happened.
Yeah.
Ever.
I get why they wouldn't do that, because it is technically a waste in a sense. Because they could obviously, you know, be creative and do something new. But having something where if it's very, you know, fan favorited, a big IP, a lot of people want to see, having it in a scare zone allows people to be able to see that, you know, throughout the day, anytime, even if they don't get through the house. You know, that's something that every fan, you can cross off the list that every fan's going to get a chance to see. And then as a bonus, you also get the house there, so that it's that whole area is in that vibe. And I think it'd be really fun. I like that atmosphere, and also for the purpose of us taking videos and photos, getting photos and videos of the clickers and the lassos could be really freaking cool.
Yeah, but I could see it turning into a, you know, selfie zone.
Yeah, that's true.
Creepshow turned into Case Files, which we really liked Case Files, but I was pretty hyped for Creepshow, so I was kind of sad when that got the boot. Mm-hmm. But we liked Case Files, so I'm fine with that.
Loved Case Files.
Yeah.
I mean, so much so, actually, I'm blocking it, but we got the Cryptoguts Case Files artwork poster that he did. We also got a couple things from Cryptoguts here. As you guys can see, Classic Monsters, we got Wicked Growth, and then we have an HH one back there. And we just recently got the Legends Collide poster from Cryptoguts. Should we open it up?
Oh, we could.
You want to do a little opening?
He also asked when we're going to do that HHN 28 versus 29.
It's right there under your Ghostface stuff.
Closer to...
Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, HHN 28 versus HHN 29 live stream. I think I might hold out till July, if not even August, because I want that one to be a big live stream. That's literally Steph's favorite year and my favorite year, basically going head to head. Peak years, to be honest. So I want everybody to be in attendance for that. I want that to be, you know, right at the start of the HHN 32 year and all that stuff. Also, I might need, because this is tape, I might need a blade to open this up.
Here you go.
Thank you. Thanks.
Is that going to work?
Look at that. See, you can stab something so many times and it doesn't die, right? Where'd you get that, by the way?
Amazon.
Oh, yeah. Steph did a little thing on Instagram, if you guys saw. Yesterday we came in here last night. Just played around, getting some photos in Ghostface costume and things like that. Nothing, you know, important. Nothing that you guys should worry about. Hasn't nothing to do with the series, at least not yet. Also, this is gonna be impossible.
The other end?
This one is like, I don't want to open that one.
Oh, might not be.
Anyway, Steph's gonna continue the conversation while I struggle here.
Oh, I was gonna try to find some.
There's a key over here. I can get the keys.
A hammer.
Yeah, so as we here, just sit down. I got it. Or you, I got it. I'll go over here.
Oh, I forgot my laptop.
How you guys doing? We're gonna try to get this open so you guys can see.
As the viewer count dramatically drops.
Thanks. I know, guys. This is so exciting. The true legends will hold out.
This is why we try to plan these things ahead of time. But
hey, it's a live stream. You get to see us in action, or struggle.
Not much action.
I ripped it. See, I don't want to do that.
Did we do Stay and Scream last year? Yes. Last year, we honestly didn't really do Stay and Scream for houses because we would always go to the San Francisco Richter's Stay and Scream because it was inside and it was hot like every single night. So we would go there to not be in the heat. And then the like house for that was Blumhouse, which we didn't really care to do, and there was always quite a line for it outside before everything opened up. So we never really did. I think we did Blumhouse from that that Stay and Scream location one time.
And
it was only because we ran into people that we knew.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, we're doing this house." So we were like,
TV.
"Okay, I guess we'll do this house with you."
Yeah, Lost TV and Zombie Chris. We ran into them queuing up for that house too, so we decided to do it. But other than that, we really, like Steph said, the heat. We love the Richter's area because we stayed inside, and majority of the time, unfortunately, we never really got to go to the event as early as we did in HHN 30 because we had little guy, and taking care of him, we didn't want to be out for so long. So only times we ever really got to go out early for Stay and Scream is when we didn't have much work to do. Honda was taken care of, and we were also going to get photos and videos in the scare zone. So that was usually the plan.
Yeah. We did 2 years ago. We would always do.
Got it.
2 years ago, we would always do the Simpsons area, and most of the time we would find like a table in there to just sit. And then once they opened, since everybody was going to Hill House and Beetlejuice, we would go to Scary and Wicked Growth and Puppet Theater, and we would do those three. Like
Hill House. We hit up Hill House and then go do.
Yeah,
Wicked
sometimes
Growth.
we would do Hill House first if there wasn't a huge line for it, but sometimes we would just do those other ones while everybody else waited in line for Hill House.
You guys ready? This is the Legends Collide Cryptoguts artwork that we pre-ordered, and it came in the mail a couple days ago. I'm not gonna lie, I've been holding this because we're gonna do a whole video and put it up on the wall, but we have a lot of things going on where this might potentially change. This whole thing's gonna change. We're gonna turn this garage into not just our YouTube studio, but possibly a little film studio. So we shall see. But
We haven't
presenting to
even
you guys.
seen this yet, or I haven't.
Yeah, we both haven't seen it in person. Bringing out the new artwork. This is the Cryptoguts Legends Collide poster that we got. It might have a little bit of a reflection because of the lighting.
Of course, Dracula's on top.
But, I mean, yeah, we got Legends Collide because the house was awesome, but, Dracula, just freaking dead center. I mean, we got a lot of Dracula stuff, but Dracula dead center, and you got Wolfman and Mummy all here, and then just the artwork, the style, we love it. Anything that's basically Cryptoguts artwork, we absolutely love. As you guys can tell, we have multiple things from him, but had to get Legends Collide. This was awesome. So we pre-ordered this, got this in the mail recently, and we just been holding on to for a special moment. I guess showing you guys is special enough. So, bada boom. Legends Collide. This is going to go somewhere on the wall or somewhere else because, like I said, things are going to be changing in the studio here. So, all right. You guys get to check that out.
Jeff Riley asked if any of our video shorts are available in a form to share on social media. If you follow Brian on Instagram, I think you can share Instagram reels.
Yeah, there's a way to save it. I also try to post it on TikTok. I've been trying to get more onto TikTok as well. We're also going to be starting a Twitter. 2 weeks ago. Yes. We were supposed to start a Twitter 2 weeks ago, but we will be starting a Twitter. I'll be posting everything on Twitter. I'm also, all of our short form stuff is going to be going onto Instagram. That's our main hub for our short form stuff. I might also potentially go into YouTube Shorts to post them as well. But you can definitely reach out to us if you guys ever want to have a copy of those short form videos. Because we're more than welcome to send them whatever you guys want. We don't ask you guys for anything. You don't have to like them. You don't have to comment. You don't have to share them. Of course, we do appreciate, if anybody does that to get us out there, because our main goal is to be knocking at HHN's door for that movie they might be developing, because I would love to do that. So anybody, hey, HHN, if you guys are listening, I'm still here. I'm still knocking. I'm still at the front door. Yes, I know it's raining. I've been out there for 17 months. I get it. You guys are getting annoyed at me, but I'm still here. But anyways, you can reach out to us or whatever if you need a copy or how to do it. We'll help you guys guide it. But we just love doing what we do. Yeah. And like I said, we did this HHN Countdown series on Instagram last year, but this year's series we're going to do is beyond my ability. I'm going to say that. it's beyond both of our abilities. It's a very ambitious thing. It's the most ambitious thing that we have ever stepped into, and I know it's not going to work out with what's on my mind. I know it's not going to come out to nothing ever comes out the way I want it to come out. And it's just because those things are way too advanced for us right now. We're still learning in what we do, but this is going to be the most ambitious thing that we tackle. And I really hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope you guys love the story that we're going to tell. There's multiple things going on. There's a lot of things relating to HHN, of course, but a lot of things that are very original. And one, I don't know if I want to spoil it.
We already hit the 1 hour mark, so
goodbye. But no, I don't want to spoil it just yet because it will mess up the storyline for this first, episode and stuff like that. So I don't want to spoil it, but just know that I have something coming in the mail very soon that we've had people working on, that once it gets here, it's going to keep me up day and night to complete. Let's just say it's something that takes people months to possibly do, and I have to do it in a week or two. So it's going to be fun. Big, ambitious things coming your way, and it's going to be very engaging for you guys, and it's something that I think you guys are going to enjoy. If you do, great, let me know. If you don't, let us know too, but just know that we're going to pack up and go to Alaska, and we're never going to be seen again. So, but anyways, that's going to be pretty much it for us. That's going to be everything that we have to chat about today. Like I said, talked about a couple things with Hondo knows it. Sit down. Sit. We're almost done. Every time we're about to wrap up, he gets antsy. He goes to mommy because mommy protects him from daddy. Get over here. Get over here, bud.
This is a good question, Oliver. If we could pick 10 dream houses to be at HHN, what would they be? We do have a video from 2 years ago that was our dream houses. And I don't think it's changed too much since then, but we could probably do one of those videos again. Sit. And see if anything has changed or updated. But that would probably take us both a very long time to think about. Yeah. So
honestly, if we were, and like I said, we are still going to be we're going to have season 3 of our Countdown to HHN series on YouTube happen this August. I'm already working on scripting some of those videos and getting things set up for that time. Like I said, 6 months and all that stuff, but we're working on it because we want that month to usually be the month where we really engage with you guys, have some fun conversations and ideas. It's not just about HHN tips and tricks or first timer things, which we're going to be getting into as well, or updates and announcements. It's really more just the month of HHN where we talk things and we dream, all that kind of stuff, and just get hyped for the season coming up. So we'll do that coming probably in August. We'll get into that and really maybe do a full video. If not, it'll be like a live stream and we'll do something more elaborate because you guys know how much I can talk.
We know. Hondo and I know.
Okay, thanks. Love you guys. So, but with that being said, that's going to be it for us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us on this last minute pop-up of a live stream here on a Friday evening. Like I said, just want to talk a few things HHN, but expect an announcement on the horizon soon. We will be working on a video here soon. We should have hopefully we get a day where things slow up for us on our schedule where we can actually sit down and get a video going. And then, like I said, we are hard at work with our series coming up soon, and we have something special for you guys coming. So that being said, I think that's going to do it for us in this little pop-up live stream Friday evening for us. Other than that, is there anything you guys want to say? Any last minute things? Steph, you're good?
I'm good.
All right, good night.